guys, good morning. This is Jonathan with One Big Impact. This is a challenge video. I'm going to take out my retainer because I can't stand talking with them in. Okay? That's why. I'm sorry. I know. So, first of all, happy Friday. Dang. In 2 days, we are going to be at the 3rd week check-in. You ever think about that? So, somebody was saying there's a little bit of confusion with what day we're on and stuff. So, be 7, 14, 21 days will be like Sunday, Monday. So we're on like pretty much day 19. Some have fallen off. By the way, if you're new here, please check us out on Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. This isn't a pep talk. This isn't anything like that, okay? This is basically a video on how to obtain your weight loss goals or your fitness goals or whatever the goals are that you're trying to achieve in life. Now, we'll make this a little bit more fitness, weight loss oriented because I just want to talk about 3 things, okay? The first thing is understanding and accepting responsibility that there was no possible, in any way, shape, or form, that anybody around you was the cause of why you got here. You gained weight because of you, okay? You became out of shape because of you. And it goes for me too. I became out of shape because of the choices or the non-choices that I made, okay? Now that's the first thing, accepting and understanding full on to take 100% of that responsibility and take that, put it on your shoulders, and realize that you are also the only one that is going to be able to take responsibility and project it and actually make a change in your life, okay? Nobody's taking you to dinner on Friday and force feeding you. Nobody is telling you that you have to eat these bad foods or that they are forcing you to stay off track. And if they are, which they're not, you know what to do. Just get that out of your life. You have to take not only responsibility for the fact that you became this way, but also that you're the only one that's going to be able to change this way. It's going to take time, okay? Now, understanding that in all of itself is the first step to being able to change everything, literally everything and anything inside your life. Once you understand that that's what has to be done, accepting, okay, all right, fine, it wasn't my childhood, it wasn't because I was molested as a child, it wasn't because I was in a bad relationship, it was because of my inability to be able to potentially deal with those feelings in a different way. Or whatever it may be, okay? It could be 1,000 different reasons why, but on the gist of it, it's me, okay? It's you. It's whatever. The second most important thing is understanding that you have to make a plan. You can't say, I'm going to lose weight. You can't say, I'm gonna get in shape. You can't say, I'm gonna be healthier. You can say those things, but in all reality, they are so insanely vague, they're not acceptable. Think about it like this. If I went to my car payment, okay? Just got a new car, right? Everybody knows, congratulations. Woo, feel good about that, actually. I sit in my car for hours every day and do work and read. I know, silly, simple things. Not only can you take responsibility for the bad things that happen in your life, but remember, please start to take responsibility for the good things that are happening in your life, which I'm learning to do. Now, the second thing, like I said, if I were to go to my car payment and I were to go to the loan company and say, hey, this month I'm going to pay something, they would look at me like, no, you're going to pay $333 or we're going to repossess your freaking car. And I would say, you know, I'm not really comfortable with that. I'm thinking like $210, $225. And they would say, okay, well, unfortunately, you're not going to keep that vehicle. Okay? It might work for the first month, but I guarantee by the time the second or third month rolls around, you ain't going to have those same results. They're not going to play your game anymore. It's the same thing with your body. How freaking specific are you actually getting to obtaining your goals? Now, I know you don't want to be a slave to the scale, and I'm right there with you. I understand. I don't want you to either. I feel I'm extremely motivated by the scale. I love waking up and holding myself accountable by stepping on that sucker every day. It's what helps me get along. So maybe that's not for everybody. I understand that. Maybe it makes you sad, whatever. But having a set something is a hell of a lot better than a nothing set of nothing. Because saying you want to lose weight or saying you want to get healthy, it's just a phrase. Just like saying I'm going to make a payment or I'm going to pay some money. No, you're going to pay $333 or you're going to get your car jacked. That's it, okay? So, setting yourself a few realistic, obtainable, small goals, especially if you're in the beginning, make them small. Very small. When you were a baby, you first did what? Did you stand up and run 10 miles? Nope, you didn't. You popped up, you barely lifted your head, you wobbled around like a freaking retard. Pardon my French, everybody hates when I say that word. I don't mean it like that. But you wobbled your head around a little bit, and maybe you crawled. You put one arm in front of the other arm, and you kept going. Right? Yeah. And then eventually what happened? Eventually, you stood up, you walked a few steps, and you fell. And then, fast forward to 6th grade, and you ran 5 miles in less than an hour. Holy crap! Think about it, you guys. Think about that realistically. As far as like a healthy analogy, you don't need to think about the long-term goal now. Stop. Especially if you find yourself falling off track every 4 or 5 days, every day, once a month, whatever it is. If you're having a hard time reaching your goals, micronize those goals. Make those much smaller. Make them rewarding. Say, I'm going to lose a pound. I'm going to keep it off for a week. And then we'll see what happens when I get there. Lose your pound. Simple enough, right? You follow whatever for a week. You lose your pound. You feel good about yourself. You reobtain. And then you set a new goal. Small, but slightly bigger. Maybe I'm going to lose 1.5 pounds this time. Or whatever. Understand that setting those small little things are significant. So many people get wrapped up in, I only lost a pound, or I only maintained my weight, and Jimmy Bobby Sue lost 20 pounds. I'm so much less significant. No, absolutely not. That is not true in any way, shape, or form. All of our journeys, mine, yours, hers, his, everybody's, is completely different. And it's okay. Don't put yourself up against other people's journey. It's not the same. Your successes cannot be downplayed just because of somebody else's. They're different. Your journey's different. You're not the same person. You don't live the same life. You're not even in the same country. Maybe a state, vicinity. Stop putting your results against somebody else's. Set your goals and work on achieving them. Make yourself feel better. Make yourself feel empowered by getting them. Obtain the little goals, little by little, and increase them just tiny little fractions over time. And then you'll feel really empowered to maybe hit that 10-pound mark. Because 1.5 pounds plus 1 pound plus 2 pounds plus this equals 10. Okay? But maybe this is a new type of lifestyle for you and it's difficult. That's okay. Number 3. Don't feel like you have to do this for anybody but you. Don't feel judged by others. Don't think about anything. Of course, somebody's gonna call. I'm in the middle of my freaking video. Sorry. Got a phone call and had to quit it, and then realized I was 6 minutes over on my time on the treadmill. Number 3 is don't feel that you have to do this for anybody. This journey, whatever your journey is, whether it's to achieve financial success, or it's to lose weight, or it's to just get in a better shape, or to build muscle, or to build size, or whatever it is. Maybe it's to put on weight. You know, everybody has a different journey. Like I said before, don't compare your journey to others, but also don't think people are comparing your journey to theirs. You would be massively surprised at how little people are actually paying attention to what you're doing. Don't fear going in the gym. Don't fear talking to a personal trainer. Don't fear what people are going to say as your body starts changing. Don't fear posting pictures of your progress, your success, your before pictures, your after pictures, because in reality, what other people say has nothing to do with the way that you feel, unless you give it merit. If you tell people that they are telepathically, if somebody says something like, ew, gross, look at all that sagging skin under your arm, then you are giving that position in which they hold power. That has nothing to do with what they're saying. You have to make the decision. Because the reality is, people are always going to say things. People are always going to say things that make us feel insignificant. And the other part of the reality is, if you feel insignificant, or if we feel insignificant, it's our own stuff. It's our own feelings that we have to deal with. We have to take full responsibility in the understanding that we don't have to feel bad because of the things that other people say. Words hurt, I get it. Okay? I've always been the fat kid. I've always been the funny guy, but it never really went any further because I've always been the guy that had man boobs, or the guy that, you know, my nickname growing up was Fat Man. Can't get any suckier than that, right? Here's the understanding that I've come to. Slow, constant progression in meeting your goals We'll get to them. It's hard, okay? It's difficult. Sometimes you're going to be faced with challenges. Sometimes you're going to be faced with amazing successes that you never even thought were a thing, you know? I told you guys once before, I remember times when I used to sit at the bus station and I got my bike jacked one time. My bike, it was a 20-inch bike. I was an adult and I was still riding a 20-inch BMX bike because I just hadn't put my mind around getting a car. You know, I think it was 22 years old, still riding a BMX bike. And it got stolen from this little Mexican kid. And I was sitting at a bus station one time and I was watching people ride by on their bikes. And at that time, I just wished I had a bike, you know? And then I eventually got my bike back. Funny enough, a week later, he rode past me at the bus station. I chased him down, called the cops while I was chasing him on my pink Razor phone, blah, blah, blah. Caught him, got my bike back, whatever. So, fast forward, time past that. I used to ride my bike. I had a bike. What was my next thought? My next thought was, I need a car. I wish I had a car. I would look at dumpy cars all the time. I wish I just had that car. Wish I just had wheels, you know? And then I got a car. My first car was a 1993 Mazda Protege. Nice little car. Zip, 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 zip. A little zippy little thing. Stick shift. Had to teach myself how to drive. It was kind of weird. Jumped on the freeway. Never even knew how to drive it. The whole time. But learned it pretty fast. And then I would always think, I want another car. I want a newer car. I want this. So, now fast forward, okay, I just got my newest vehicle by 11 years. I've never had anything newer than a 2004 before this. Just signed the deal on a 2015 Kia Sportage. It's not a Lexus, it's not anything. But then I'm driving down the road and I see a giant truck. I see that. What I'm trying to explain to you is you're always going to want more. You're always going to want the next level. And that's not a bad thing, but understand it's okay to be proud of where you're at currently. I am proud to be a personal trainer. I'm proud to be at a facility called Self-Made Training Facility in Phoenix and be training my amazing clients. I don't have a ton of clients, okay? But I have like 8 or 10 clients and I'm happy. I am definitely getting by. This last few months, I've been able to afford groceries. And I know that sounds silly, but I'm getting better quality of foods. I'm able to get, you know, a little bit nicer foods. I do have a car. I'm kind of scared about the car payment. But the reality is, when you hit those many goals and people try to tear you down, and don't let them. You have to remember, you take full responsibility for where you're at on your journey, no matter what type of part of this journey it is. It could be financial, it could be health, it could be whatever, okay? I am probably the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. Do I have some weight I can knock off? Yes. Am I struggling? Probably a little bit, you know, and I bounce back and forth day to day. I'm right around the 230s, 229. But the reality is, if somebody makes a comment to me, something like, oh, you're a power lifter, right? And that's pretty well known in the industry as far as like I know. If somebody calls you a power lifter, they're basically calling you fat, okay? So if I feel bad about that, it could be a couple things. It could be that I know that I'm not on track and I need to get leaner, or it could be that I've always been called the fat guy, so I'm taking it defensively or whatever. But the reality is, maybe they didn't mean anything at all. They were just speaking, you know? So stop taking things so critically or so to heart that all the things that people are saying. I get it. I understand. When you have sagging skin, I have sagging skin on my stomach. I'm never going to take off my shirt inside the gym. And there's 25 guys at the gym all the time that take their shirt off and feel great about it. And that's awesome. I'm not ever going to be that guy, and I don't really want to. But the cool thing is, I am me, and I'm proud of where I came so far. And obviously, I'm bipolar, so that switches from day to day. But the cool thing is that you can celebrate your feelings about the things that people are saying, because you can realize, hey, I've done really good, and you can look back and you can say, you know what, maybe they made that comment and I felt this way about it. But the reality is I'm still 120, 130 pounds lost from where I was, or whatever your journey is. So sometimes when you feel bad about the things that people say, do, look at you or whatever, maybe just go inside a little bit deep and say, you know, am I feeling this way because I know I need to be a little bit more on track? Am I feeling this way because, you know, or whatever the reason is? And kind of just analyze it a little bit, not analyze it hurtfully, but analyze how you're feeling to kind of project it back in a positive way. Not to them, obviously. Don't be like, oh, you look great too. No, don't be a smart ass. That would be me. But project it back outwards and say, you know what? That's okay. They said this, whatever. That, you know, because the reality is, if you're down and depressed about it, they've moved on. They're dancing the night away or whatever, and you're still feeling bad about it. So don't hold grudges. Don't be upset when people say things. Just understand that words are just words, and not everybody knows how to be respectful or kind when they say things or whatever. Some people are just blunt. Some people are honest. Some people are whatever. So it is what it is. You guys, take those 3 tips and please work on them. Remember, take full responsibility for where you're at and where you're going. The second thing was, what was the second thing? Oh my gosh, I'm totally brain farting. The second thing was set goals and make sure they're obtainable. Make them small and then incrementally get larger as time goes by. And then the third thing is, when people say things or react or talk about your journey in a negative fashion or whatever, don't take it to heart. Just understand that it's okay for people to express their understanding or ideas on life or whatever, but remember, it's your journey and you are the only one that's responsible for feeling the way that you feel, and don't let people drag you down. You guys have a beautiful day. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. I'm gonna get out of here and go get some stuff done. Have an awesome day. Drink your damn water. Share this video, and in the description below, I would like you to put a very small yet significant goal that you're going to be working on in the near future. Have a good day, guys.